In this movie, we're going to take a look at the Find tool, which lets you search through multiple items in all parts of your Media Composer project. So I'm in my hot glass project, and I want to find some shots of Susie working with the oven. Now, I'm not going to even go into any of my bins to search for this. Instead, I'm going to use the Find tool. So I'm going to type Command F or Control F on a PC, and the Find tool comes up. And the first thing you want to check out is that your bin index is green. This means that your project has gone through all of your bins and has indexed what's inside of them so that it can search for what you need. If you have hundreds of bins in your project, it may take just a few moments for the bins to index. All right, so up at the top here, I can start setting my criteria. So I'll type Susie, and I can either press Enter or Find here. And so it searched through all of my bins, and it's found 49 instances of Susie. And your number may be different, which is fine. We may have different numbers of clips by the time you're looking at these exercise files. Also notice that it's currently looking at my clips and sequences, which basically means that it's looking through anything contained within my bins in my project. I can also search through my imported scripts, text in my timeline and monitors, and through my settings. Let's stay with this search though. If I want to qualify this further, I can. So we want all of the Susie shots in front of the oven. So I'm going to go ahead and just click here and type oven. And you can see that it is live filtering for me. So now I have all of the clips that meet that criteria. I have some clips that are duplicates, but that's just because of the way that my project is set up. I have some copies of clips that I have down here in the exercise files. But after finding 49 initially, I now have 6. With 6 clips, I'm probably not going to need to filter it further, but I do want to show you how to filter it further. So let's say that I ended up with 26, and I know that I have that shot of Susie's hands in front of the oven. So let's just add a piece of criteria, and I'm going to just click on this plus sign, and I'll type hands. Right now, I'm filtering on any column, but you can filter on any of the columns within Media Composer. I usually leave it on any column unless there's a potential for confusion, and then you can specify. Now, the main difference between this and the custom sift tool that we learned about in the last movie is that this is just a list. I can't grab these clips and move them into a bin like I could with custom sift, but I can double-click and load these up, which is nice. You'll also notice that it brought up the applicable bin and highlighted the clip. Another nice thing about the Find tool is that I can keep going and going, adding search criteria with my little plus signs here. In the custom sift tool, I can only go 3 levels deep. And then, of course, if you wanted to take away criteria, you just click on the little minus sign, and then it adjusts accordingly. I'll go ahead and load a different clip, the long shot here. And again, you can see that it opened the bin and highlighted the clip for me. This specific clip is in a couple of different places. Here it's in the All bin. If I double-clicked on the one in a B-roll bin, it'll highlight it in a different location. So I'll double-click this one, and here it is in the B-roll bin. So that's what you get when you copy your clips and have them in multiple locations. But this column here is pretty useful in telling you exactly where these are located. Over here, I can select which pieces of criteria are shown. If I click on this, I can go ahead and click these off and say OK, and now I have a little bit less information to look at. Now I'm going to skip the script text tab, which allows you to search through imported digital scripts. It's very cool, but beyond the scope of this course. And I'm going to go to timeline and monitors. This is going to allow me to basically search through my sequences. So I have a sequence loaded from my 6.6 bin, and let's say that I'd like to find a specific clip in the sequence. I'll go ahead and drag this over here so we can see and close my B-roll bin. And let's say that I want to find the clip where Susie talks about needing to concentrate. So I'm just going to type in concentration and enter. And it's beeping at me because I actually need to select my timeline first. So you need to tell it which window it's looking in. And then let's go ahead and say find. And you can see that it pops the playhead directly to the clip that you're searching for. If I instead want to search for that B-roll of the blue glass, I can type in blue and enter. Okay, and the playhead pops to that location. So again, we have a really short sequence here, but just imagine that it's 30 minutes or an hour long. This can be really useful in finding exactly what you need in your sequence. Notice that this one doesn't give me further filtering options. I don't have my plus signs to keep adding on search criteria. So it's more of a one-stop shop. Search for one piece of text and that's it. But it can be really useful. All right, so that's the Find tool, a pretty standard tool, but also quite useful. And if you don't need to move clips around after your search, it's the perfect tool to find exactly what you need.